Last week, I interviewed the threat assessment team for Lincoln Public Schools, which is our local school district in town, and they told me they have a bit more, you have to forgive the terminology, but a holistic approach. Nah, they do have threat assessment people and they have counselors, but they also, when we're talking about prevention, they have some resources for funding after school programs and social groups,
Mhm.
things to keep kids engaged. Um, I think that's very helpful. Do you think any other supplemental resources might be helpful for just preventing the conditions that create this in the first place?
Well, no, I think you were talking to Joe and his team.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, no, they've got a great team, and they are really, kind of a gold standard. Um, Yeah, I mean, anything that you can do to get community involvement matters, not just for juveniles, but for also adults, is you have to do a positive turnover. School threat assessment teams are phenomenal, but if they don't have the community involved, if they don't have resources, what happens after school or on the weekends or during winter break or summer break? You have to be able to do a positive turnover to somebody else that's also got eyes and ears. So community-based anything, because nobody lives 100% of the time in one place. We all work differently than where we live or go to school. Um, so we need to make sure that we have, the locals involved on some level, whether that's, resources for telemedicine, resources for after school activities, people that have eyes and ears that are keeping people engaged. Disenfranchisement is not a good place for anybody to be, right? To feel lonely. Which is, again, that whole school to prison pipeline. I know we're talking a lot about kids, but is not the answer. How do we keep the kids in school? How do we keep them engaged? How do we make them successful so that they become successful adults? Really should be the goal. How do we keep adults employed? Is another opportunity, right? If they lose their job, are they losing their health care and their homes, and now their family is, out on the street? How does that help them from staying, from not being angry anymore? So we have to think about, the bigger picture. No, I think that that's phenomenal